What is going on, y'all? Lildogdog here. Today I got another quest guide for you. This one is Dream Mentor. Dream Mentor is how you unlock 8 more lunar spells. Some pretty useful ones, like Plank Make, Humidify, which can actually be used to make money. Who knew? And Spellbook Swap, and then you get random on the NPC contact. In this guide, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to complete the quest, including the combat, as well as getting all of Cyrisus' stats back up so that you can actually go into the dream. This is a one-to-one quest guide, so you can just follow along exactly as I do. We're going to cover the requirements and then get into actually doing the quest. If you haven't seen my videos before and you like this, be sure to like and subscribe. If you have seen my videos before and you haven't subscribed already, please do, because nobody subscribes to me because I'm a guide maker. But hey, maybe one day I'll make more than guides. We'll see. All right, let's get into it. So, starting out with the requirements, you're going to want to have completed Edgar's Ruse as well as Lunar Diplomacy. There are guides to both on my channel if you have not already done them. Those are great guides, the best guides you're ever going to find on YouTube. Don't even question it. Make sure you have these quests done. You're also going to need 85 combat to start this quest. If you do not have 85 combat, you should probably just get 85 combat. It's useful. All right, and as for the items you're going to need to complete this quest, you need 20 of 3 different cooked food. When I say cooked food, it doesn't actually have to be like a cooked food. It just has to be food that is edible. So you can't bring like raw fish. So, for example, I brought 7 beltfish, 7 catfish, and 6 desert sole because you only need 20. Just make sure you have 23 different stackable foods from clues. Don't really work. Just don't try and get around it. Just bring 20 different food. Fill your inventory up. You're also going to need 1 goutweed and 1 astral rune, and that is all you technically need. However, there are some items which are very useful to this quest, such as your best combat equipment. I would recommend you use a ranged or magic set of combat equipment just so that you can get away and safe spot during this quest, particularly if you're low level. Also, if you're low level, like you're just around that level 85 combat, you're going to want to bring some food. Keep it in your bank. I'll prompt you when you can get it out of your bank. Just bring those items on the needed item list initially, and then I'll tell you when to get more food out of your bank for combat. All right, so to start the quest, we're going to go to the cave on the northeast side of Lunar Isle. And once you're outside the cave, you're going to want to climb down the ladder into the cave. Now, just to the southeast, where you see the quest icon in your minimap, there is going to be a small cave entrance. Click on that cave entrance and crawl through. Once inside the cave, you're going to find a fallen man laying on the ground. Talk to the fallen man. When you click on him, you're going to get some dialogue, and then the quest will pop up. Choose to accept the quest, and you're going to get a cutscene. Your character looks over the man's body, his lifeless, ugly body, and realizes that he's not actually dead. He just looks dead. So we have to heal him up. And how do you heal in RuneScape? With food. So you're going to get this interface here. Close the interface. And then you're going to start feeding this man you've never met before. So you need to give him 4 pieces of food, but you need to alternate between the pieces of food so that you're not giving him the same piece in a row. If you gave him the piece of food within the last 2 times, he will not accept it. You'll have to choose another piece. It tells you if it's not working, it won't just take it out of your inventory. Once you feed him the 4 pieces, you're going to get this cutscene here where he rolls over and actually says something. He can't really tell what's going on yet or function, so you continue to help him. Talk to him once again once the cutscene ends, and choose the first chat option, just don't worry. Follow that up with a first chat option, of course, and then once this dialogue ends, we're going to need to feed him once again. So this time we're going to feed him 4 pieces of food, once again alternating between the types of food. I'm sure you've caught on by now to the method. Just give him 4 pieces. Once you've fed him, talk to him once again, and choose the affirming answers to the question you're given. Those answers can be found in the description. I'll have it set up in like a table format so that there's answer 1 and answer 2. After you choose the first answer, you will always choose answer 2 next to it. You'll need to do this a lot. This is honestly about half the quest. This dialogue is how you raise his spirit. So if you were to right click on him and see that in the interface, when you inspect him, it has health, spirit, and armaments. We're only dealing with health and spirit right now. We need to get those to a higher level. So we already dealt with health by feeding him, and now we're dealing with spirit. We need to get his spirit up so that we can talk to him, find out who he is, and get him back on his feet. Now, if you choose the wrong answer, it doesn't really penalize you, but you just have to keep doing it. So just continue to talk to him until you get a cutscene. He will sit up and thank you. He's introduced himself so you know his name. I will continue to refer to him as the Fallen Man because his name is a struggle for me to pronounce. I have to actually look at it and read it. Cyrisus. I just want to say serious when I read it. Also, sorry for not closing on my treasure hunter thing. It's a lot of work to edit it out of the video, so I'm not doing that. Once this cutscene ends, you're going to want to feed him 6 pieces of food this time to get his health up a little further. And then once you've fed him the 6 pieces, talk to him once again to raise his spirit. You're going to choose the affirming answers, the positive answers. You don't want to put this man down. He already is in this cave, feeling terrible. Just be nice. Tell him you're going to, you know, be nice to him. Take him on a little date. Get his favorite drink. We both know you're not going to do it, but he doesn't know that. You're feeding this man right now. He's like putty in your hand. And then you can make all these promises to make him feel better and then never follow through. I really don't have anything else to say at this point. Just keep scrolling down to the description and then to your game or staring at the description. You might not even be looking at the screen right now. You're just looking at the description. That could be something really funny on screen. You'd have no idea. That's crazy. You missed it. You're looking too late. Anyways, keep doing this. It's a lot. There's a lot of it. Whew, man, some dialogue there, huh? All right, now that you've gotten through the most boring part of this quest, or so you think, we need to go get this man some armor. So he tells you that he's got armor in his bank account, and that for some reason he's trusting us with his bank account. He's got some real good stuff in there. But he's like, yeah, I don't feel like exiting this cave just yet, even though I can clearly stand. And you've given me 20 pieces of food, which would be more than sufficient to heal me. So I'm going to make you go get my armor. Just talk to my friend who happens to work at the bank in Lunar Town, and he'll for some reason just let you access my bank. So we're going to do just that. Go to Lunar Isle, the town, and access the bank. Exit the cave. And then climb the ladder just to the north. Now run to the bank in the center of town. It is possibly faster to just home teleport, especially if a quick teleport. Just keep that in mind. And then once you're in the bank, you're going to want to talk to Bird's Eye Jack, who is the easternmost bank teller. You're going to have to right click on him and select Talk to. Choose a second chat option. Cyrisus is in the mine. Nailed it that time. And y'all are just going to bicker. Uh, your character is like, hey, you're the guy who got lost on the way here, right? Some navigator you are. Ha ha ha. And he's like, well, it's your fault. There's a jinx. And so your character's like, all right, sure. Why a bank teller? Isn't a pirate better? And he's like, nah, man, this is an honest living. And eventually you're like, all right, we gotta move on. Let's talk about Cyrisus's stuff while he's in the mine. So Bird's Eye Jack gives you access to his bank account, and now when we're in his bank account, you're gonna want to take every single thing and go sell it on the Grand Exchange. Not really. You're gonna want to pick the Dragon Helm, the Abyssal Whip, Aram's Robe Top, Aram's Robe Skirt, and the Ranger Boots. This quest is from an earlier time when you could have actually worn that and done something with it instead of just splashing. Once you're done with that, close the interface, and we're going to return to Cyrisus. Climb down the ladder and head into the cave. And then once you're inside, you're going to want to talk to Cyrisus. Choose the first chat option to talk about the armament. And then he will take the chest from you, which contains his armor, and equip it. If you were good and listened, he'll think that he has just the best possible armor available with his Abyssal Whip and Dragon Helm. And then you're going to want to feed Cyrisus the remaining pieces of food that you have from your original 20 pieces. You don't have to feed him any additional food you brought. You can see I have rocktails that I did not feed him. Once you feed him the last of the 20 pieces of food, he should have full health, and you can focus on getting his spirit all the way up. So now we're going to talk to Cyrisus and choose the affirming answers once again, listed in the description. I've just copy and pasted the same thing I've been putting up here the whole time. Once you get his spirit to 100%, a cutscene will occur. Do your thing. All right, you've done it. It's actually over. His spirit is 100%, his health is 100%, and his armament is 100%. He now feels confident enough to leave, but before doing so, confides in you as to why he decided to come to Lunar Isle. Guys, my man's a baby. He is scared of combat. What we have to do is show him that combat is great. It's the best way to make money in the game. Just cheese the Elite Dungeon 3, and you'll be loaded. Basically, he wants us to help him get over his fear of combat. And this is a quest, so that's exactly what we're going to do. He says the best way to do that is by talking to the Oneiromancer, who is located right here on Lunar Isle. So we're going to exit the cave. north up the ladder, and then run south to the Oneiromancer. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. No clue. Talk to the Oneiromancer and choose the second chat option, Cyrisus. The Oneiromancer is going to be like, oh, I know Cyrisus. He's that little baby who's scared of combat. And you're like, yeah, he's that little baby who's scared of combat. But he teleports in, so you got to change the subject real quick. And you're like, how do I help him? I'm a good guy. I just want to help him. So the Oneiromancer is like, okay, if you really want to help him, you're a good guy. You just have to go into like a co-op dream with him and then actually beat his fears for him while he helps just like a tiny little bit. Your character's like, oh, I can do that. I got combat down pat. So she's going to give you a dream vial and tell you to make the dream potion. You need a goutweed, which you already have if you listen to my instructions at the beginning of the video, as well as an astral rune, uh, and basically combine those in a potion. To actually use the astral rune in a potion, we need to crush it up at an anvil. So we're going to go to the anvil right here in the middle of the town. Once in the town, use the astral rune on the anvil. You'll get some shards, grind the astral shards, and then you're going to go just to the northwest. There's a water source. Use the dream vial on the water source to fill it with water. Now we're going to go to the ceremonial hall just to the west side of the lodestone. You're going to light the brazier in there, and this is the point in the quest where there's fighting. So if you're lower level, I'd recommend you go and grab some food. I'm level 132. I did not need food. I brought it anyway. Why not? Bring it. Once you're in there, light the ceremonial brazier and combine the goutweed and crushed astral rune into your dream vial to make a dream potion. Once you have the dream potion, talk to Cyrisus, and he's going to bring you into his dream to fight his fears. Choose the first shot option. Yes, let's go. As long as you're ready to fight, have food. Remember, there's no prayers in here. And your character is going to see the first of his fears, the inadequacy. Now, there are going to be 4 fights while you're in here. The first being the inadequacy, then the everlasting, the untouchable, and the elusive. They're all approximately level 90, some a little lower, some a little higher. Prayer and teleports in here, like I said, do not work. However, the fights are incredibly simple. This is a 2007 quest, so it's really just people with high health. You have to out DPS, basically bring their health to 0 before they bring your health to 0. It can be done real easily as long as you have food, even if you're low level. So once this first cutscene ends, just start hitting the guy in the face. Now, for range users, there is a safe spot back behind the lectern. If you wanted to use that, you could. Fights, like I said, these are pretty easy fights, at least for someone who has good combat stats. 70 combat stats are all you need. The second and third monsters are the hardest ones, and the second one can be safe spotted. So if you're really struggling, go for it. There's nothing special about these fights. Like there's no mechanics you have to worry about. The first guy spawns Shadow of Doubts, but that's just how he attacks. That's pretty much the entirety of the fights, so good luck. Once you're done with the fights, you'll be teleported back to the hall, and when we're going to want to just go right back to the Oneiromancer to finish the quest. So run southeast, and talk to the Oneiromancer. Choose a second chat option, Cyrisus, and you report that everything went well. You beat Cyrisus's fears, and he now is in love with combat. Going to be running God Wars Dungeon 2 and next nonstop. In thanking you for helping him, he's going to channel some of his mojo into you, give you some experience. Really just an invasion of your privacy. Uh, and then that's quest complete, really. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Be sure to join the French chat, subscribe, like, leave a comment. Really helps with my ego. And watch my other stuff if you feel like getting my views up. Thanks.